on Pasha and the Weaver on Ramses. So obviously those two can technically be interchangeable, but I would rather see the Tiny if it goes on no one or Ramses. I would like to see it on no one, and then the Weaver can go to Ramses or Pasha, and then they get their last pick. Let's see. VP have a lot of time left, by the way. We haven't talked about that so much. The bonus time is gone from VGJ.Storm. They are digging in deep for a ban. They end up going for the Alchemist that we did cover. And that means Huskar is in, man. And Huskar looks real good if they don't pick the right hero right now.
And VP will have all the time in the world and their last pick to work out if they want to go down that road.
Yep.
And VGJ.Storm have 18 seconds.
VGJ.Storm do not have physical damage right now.
Yeah, they need something. They need something that's going to be real strong. Or they can just combo with the Nature's Prophet. Either way, like it's...
Virtus.pro's
answer, Arc Warden. Well, they get their global push. Everyone try and protect themselves in a bubble.
Arc can deal with Huskar pretty well. Obviously, you have the magnetic field against the tower push. You can itemize Silver Edge relatively quickly, or you can go for a double Necro book build, something like that. There's different solutions to the Huskar. I don't think VP is going to go down that road now, actually. I think this kind of...
It blocks it off.
It doesn't fully block it off, but it might make it tricky. And I think there's other heroes that VP will be looking toward that might be great this game. So you see the enemy cores here being these like relatively fragile ranged heroes, all three of them, Necro, Nature's Prophet, and Arc Warden. So perhaps we could look towards something like the Storm Spirit for no one. And then they would be putting the Tiny on Pasha and the Weave on Ramses.
Yeah.
They could be going something like that. The only real stun on VGJ.Storm side being the Nyx. What else is in the bag of treats here from VP? Invoker, I don't know how much I like in this game. I don't think that's the way to go, although Quaswex could definitely be interesting against these heroes. Yeah. I think it's the Storm or Ramses hero. And a slight off chance on the Huskar, but I don't think they're going to go that route.
He's a curveball if you go for that.
Does Huskar own the Arc Warden in lane? Maybe he does. Like, this is what I'm thinking. If you pick Huskar and put it mid, like who do you put against it? Necro loses that lane.
Yeah. Nature's Prophet won't go there.
Nature's Prophet could go there. He could go mid and they could put the safe lane Arc and an off lane Necro to solve that problem. We'll see what they do.
It's a gyrocopter.
Okay,
it's an IO-less gyrocopter. No one would predict this.
Indeed. He's playing it. Okay.
That was unintentional.
That was intentional. So, well, okay, I was not expecting this whatsoever. This is really surprising for me. But it's an absolute VP classic. It is a hero that has a lot of AoE and magic damage potential, which is great against the Necrophos. Granted that there is the Nyx he's playing into, so Spike Carapace will be a problem. But they can buff up this gyro really nicely with the Oracle protection, and he can probably deal with the Arc Warden relatively well. The Flak Cannon, the call down in the back line, and the general itemization that gyro goes for, and the type of game, the pace, might be what VP are looking at here, that we don't want to go super late here. We don't want to face a late game Arc Warden. What can we get that wins us the fights and lets us push early?
Yeah, but is Gyrocopter really that? Like we've seen... Have we seen any gyrocopters which have been IO-less that have also won?
I don't think we've seen any that's been IO-less.
Yeah.
There have been games with gyro without IO, but we haven't cast them.
Yeah.
This is definitely the first one.
First for us.
Yep.
So no one gets to prove it. Ramses does take the Weaver, so it will be a tiny off lane.
Yep.
They could have even switched it around the other way around, so like no one could still play the tiny.
And Ramses gyro?
Yeah.
I don't think they like that so much. I think no one plays the best gyro in the world. Or at least one of them. It's always this debate, who's really the best, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to make absolute statements, but he is really damn good on his gyrocopter. He was destroying on it in the past before it got nerfed. And even after the nerfs, surely he has been practicing his gyrocopter. So there's probably a good reason that VP considered this a gyro game. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can pull it off. This is a hero we haven't really seen have much success without IO in the last months.
Well, let's get our bearings through our lanes before we begin all of this. MSS will be the next assassin, heading towards the off lane for the moment. Snaking will be the Nature's Prophet. Early Blightstones are all about harassment, and he'll be trying to harass Pasha out of that top lane. No one does have the gyrocopter for mid. SVG's roaming on his Undying, while Solo's heading down towards the bottom lane. He'll be with Roger and Ramsey, so at the moment, the aggressive try, this is normally just so you can contest the runes anyway, and that leaves Yawa as the Necrophos on the bottom lane. And that's pretty much everyone. Easy.
30 seconds to battle.
Beautiful.
Chat wheel.
It's like, I wonder how many people this year are happy to see it go at the end of TI. It's like, oh, can I have my chat wheel? No, 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 no. I'm okay. I'm okay. MSS is going a long way up. He's trying to check, like, if VP or...
He's trying to get a read on the laning. And he is going to end up dropping a sentry to block the pull.
Yep. And
Obviously,
then Pasha's up on top.
This is a good way of counteracting Nature's Prophet, is to pull waves when it's possible and just distort the equilibrium.
We'll see how the CS... Fight.
He's ready for this lane to be a bloodbath.
That's efficiency tangos. As long as Undying keeps popping decay on him, that's efficiency tangos. Get a stick, even better.
Yep.
Pasha seems like how are you meant to say in this lane when you got a Blightstone Nature's Prophet against a 0 armor Tiny? This doesn't seem like a fun place to be.
It's a tough lane, for sure. Oracle doesn't offer much help to begin with, but when they get level 3, their spell combo is extremely potent. They can definitely kill together by just combining their spells. Even a full HP Prophet will die to Avatos and then 2 Purifying Flames with a Fortune's End, so see how that goes down. So far so good. Top though for VGJ.Storm. They're definitely winning that lane with Nature's Prophet. Bottom lane, Ramses is actually dropping really low too. Oh, nice double stun top. You like it, camera?
Yeah, you're making me jump, man. You're making me jump.
Oh, bottom lane, bottom.
Damn you, Send. He's now playing with me.
Mid, actually mid, actually mid.
Yeah, I'm watching it, man. Resolution's killing off no one. God, the cock of the world. Thanks, Send.
You're welcome. Nice solo kill there from Rezo. Got him caught off at the top side with a big creep wave,
Roger
so had a huge
wants to work with Ramses, going after the Necrophos, and he's just amping up the damage, waits for the Ghost Shroud to dissipate. Even with a bug on him, they can't find the kill just yet. As SVG will punch Roger out of the lane.
This is a really big win mid for Rezo, by the way. Getting this level 1 kill, or rather first blood kill, at I think Rezo was level 3 and no one was level 2. And he just chased him down with his spells on the cliff, and he had a creep wave advantage. Look at the net worth between them. It's a full 300 early on, and that means he gets a second Wraith Band, so now the damage favors him once again in this laning stage, and he will be going Aquila.
Donkeys are about to die.
Oh, that's big.
Roger cuts through.
That is big.
No way to fortify it. It did do his delivery into the mid lane before it, but just before the 3-minute mark, it drops.
Now the lane is kind of evened out again. Courier snipe is very important for this mid lane. It was ground courier, so the respawn will be coming in earlier, but...
Resolution gives him his thanks. Ramsey has to be a little careful when he's got 12 decay hits. It's 380 life he's playing around with at the moment. They'll get rid of the bug off the back of SVG, and with the Bramble Mage down, it won't matter. Ramsey just repositions. There's still so much life to go through. He's got 380 himself. SVG could just tank everything. And then allow Necro just to run back up the lane, force him back out again. Solo will die up on top lane. That never-ending harassment of snaking just coming to fruition. He body blocks with the Treants. He's just left and right. Pasha decides to turn around, try and fight with his avalanche toss combination. Snaking has the life because he has the stick charges, but Pasha will walk it off. And with the
teleport, canceling it. He wanted to look for no one.
No, they just don't stop on this bottom lane either. No one was dropping down low. It's the Spark Wraiths that no one was fighting into. He went underneath the tier 1 tower in mid.
So top 3 net worths currently are sitting on VGJ.Storm, and it's just these laning matchups that they have. This bottom lane is pretty volatile, honestly, with this Undying Necro against the Willow Weaver. When Weaver starts getting a couple more levels, it can get very scary, but for now, they're holding their own with the Necro and getting that economic advantage. The top lane, I would very clearly just favor VGJ.Storm in based on matchup. They don't have the solution for the Nature's Prophet in this lane just yet. Tiny is okay, but he will still be losing with the Nyx involvement. And the mid lane, I don't know. This is a matchup that I feel like I've never seen in my life, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. I feel like on paper, it's a slightly ARC-favored matchup. But
right now, as far as the net worth goes, there's a little bit that separates them. It's 300 net worth in favor of Resolution. Not much more than that. Bounty runes being gathered up. Virtus.pro will end up claiming 3 of them. There was some kind of contest for bottom. It was Roger, the Soul Rip, and the Decay. 8 HP he drops down to with a stick charge on cooldown. But he barely survives. Meanwhile, up on top, Pasha will miss the hit. Spike Carapace returns a little bit of the damage into Solo, and that's what Snaking and MSS try and capitalize on. Snaking knows he can't sit around for too long. MSS is giving him the heals, and Pasha just cannot get the kill. They'll trap him up. He'll cut free. That's with the Quelling Blades. No regeneration from this. While on bottom lane, again, Ramses battling into SVG. They're going again on top? Yeah, they are. Start with the nuke, a little bit of heal comes in, but with the avalanche and the secondary nuke from Solo, Pasha's able to get the kill.
Straight back the other way. He needed that one. He definitely needed that kill. It's going to help him a lot. Hearing a call down mid?
Yep, they are. Need to make a couple of clones as just Resolution tries to hold the ground. They have the control available, and now extra help. Snaking able to get the trap onto no one. So Resolution's clone may finish the work that the original could not. And another Spark Wraith. Roger, he won't go down to this.
And even though it's the clone getting the kill, the XP is not going to waste. Snaking TPing in gets all the XP. He is level 6, minute 6 on this Nature's Prophet. Might see him use Wrath. He will.
Yeah,
indeed.
he will. Solo's trying to protect himself for the moment, so Wrath of Nature can bounce through. Actually doesn't even reach him, and then he gets a regeneration rune. Sure, okay.
Nice. How convenient.
Yeah. Bottom lane, Ramses as well as Necro going ham. SVG will arrive, gives the extra soul rip. Ramses down low. They pop the tombstone, but Ramses under the cover of Invis. They just want the information in the tree line, but Ramses has to wait out of range of the tombstone so he can Shikuchi away again. Decay's back off cooldown. It's going to miss the target. If that hit with the death pulse, it could have been potentially the kill under Ramses. But now they just turn it around. No one will arrive with flat cannon on. Necrophos just goes shrouds, but the missile. No one's so quick on it. Taunts his way to victory, and then you've got the Bramble down once more. Undying just can't run out of this. Forced to stand his ground. The Cursed Crown. This is Death Crown. And then mid's been taken in the meantime.
Yeah, this is the kind of rotation that's really expensive when your mid laner goes for this kind of move and there's a Nature's Prophet in the enemy team. VGJ.Storm very quick to identify that they can just grab a full tower mid. I don't know if I would say that's worth it for no one in the end when he loses his tower like that.
Wait for it.
Oh,
got him.
Give it to Solo, I guess.
I don't think that was a choice.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, that was, they had it with a tree toss as well.
Yeah.
His spike was gone. He was dead to rights. Resolution's going to move towards the top lane now.
They burned a raindrop that way, though.
True.
It's nice value. Oh, Pasha.
Yeah.
He's out.
SVG's nearby. They have no stuns available to stop him.
Now that's a good chat, will you?
Nice double damage room for no one if he wants to get involved in something. He doesn't have enough life at the moment. The Courier needs to go back to base and bring out his phase boots and every other consumable he's been waiting for. And they got all the defense in the world up on the top lane. No one's going to fight it. Spark Wraiths on both the choke point and the trees. So they knew that no one from Virtus.pro was coming to defend it. Even the Observer Ward, they aggressively got down seeing no one's farm pattern.
Solo.
And then they just turn in towards Solo. Realizing that no one's really nearby to help out, but he won't come down the ramp. Just VGJ.Storm. This game feels a lot more crisper from them than the first one.
Yeah, they have some more tools to work with in this early game. They didn't get bullied as hard on their lanes, and it's showing. The Nature's Prophet especially is having a really big impact on this game. Snaking won his lane, went mid, got kill, got tower. And now he got another kill. So he's on the money so far.
Oh, he's moving to bottom lane. Another tower to claim. Roger. Looking to do a high amount of damage into the Necrophos, but that takes away his escape mechanism with the Reaper Scythe coming down. Roger gets popped, and he just wanted to stun up SVG as well, walking in that close with the Cursed Crown. Doesn't really mean much at the end of the day. Fortification will delay the push on bottom.
This tower shouldn't fall this time around. Tiny is pretty good for situations like these with just Avalanche just getting one ranged hit on these creeps to pull them away from the tower. And Solo is here to try to clean up the tombstone. No. One more hit to go. Didn't get it.
Missed it. But
that sucks.
10-minute bounty runes. You can take that instead.
Yep.
But Prophet's already starting his TP over. Ramsey's just waiting, but you see where Nature's Prophet's going. Snake's going to take it from him. They'll lose both the runes on bottom, and well, with a quick time lapse out, MSS doesn't find the target he wants, but Resolution's here too. Puts down the Spark Wraith, which will latch. No, it will not attach itself to Ramsey's. He gets away from 4 of the VGJ.Storm heroes.
Very smooth from VG there, though, to get those 2 runes. The way they did that, they forced Ramses away from the first one, and they stole the second one with the Nature's Prophet, and he didn't even die for it. Just got away with the Sprout. Very nicely done.
This Resolution clone's been such a pain in the butt. And then it times out, so they don't even get anything for it. Snaking begins his TP scroll. Ramses knows there's no kill here. And they go again on the bottom. SVG underneath the tower would love to turn around and try and fight. Bedlam actually being popped from Roger. But with Resolution arriving on the bottom lane, Pasha has no other choice. ETB's all the way to home.
Wonder how many times he's going to say that this game until he gets stunned by Nyx.
Well, look at that.
There's absolutely no other lockdown than Nyx's stuns. Well, Reaper.
Snaking really does not want to wait for this. They have no tombstone yet. They're willing to push. The Sentry Ward, MSS will be seen here. Okay, Solo attacks him as well, so MSS knows he's seen from the hillside. If they drop a Sentry, they won't find the Observer, however. I don't know if that attack was on purpose. Snaking walking into the Bramble, well, that was probably not as much on purpose. Nature's Prophet stunned up. No one finishes the job with the homing missile. Continues his run because he wants more. And here comes the Terror Rise.
Well, what do you know?
So
apparently Snaking lagged, but he's already dead. Not sure who lagged.
Yeah, okay. could have been somebody else. Oh, watch the Terrorize. There's more support coming in from the north. As they keep the run going into the call down, Resolution gets a little bit more distance. Now spawns up the clone. We're going to go Bubble Boy as Nyx Assassin with the Spike Carapace into the back lines, tries to get Oracle, but he takes 0 damage.
Reaper.
That's a very ineffective, if ever I've seen an ability. 3 euros gold for VGJ.Storm. Resolution's clone will finally die. The sun's up, but what do you get in return? Oracle dies. Yay for this, but you're going to lose so much here. Another Bramble down. Double stuns for Roger. And they just keep going. No one turns on the flat can, tries to get rid of both Snaking as well as his army, and he'll be successful in both. Does this feel like a chain feed? Are we playing Pub Dota right now? The Undying Tombstone gets mopped up very, very quickly. MSS just wants no one. Screw everything else. This is where the battle really is. MSS is
not getting him.
Not getting anything. In fact, he walks the opposite direction around. Back at the battle is Roger going down. They'll turn around for a bit of a fight. MSS has now come back into the engagement. They've got more help. MSS turns on the Spike Carapace, looking for the stun return. Won't happen. And had no mana left for the stun.
This is reminding me of classic CIS Dota. Like, what actually just happened? That was like... kills.
Kills?
So many kills. Dude, that was a fight minute 12 where there was 12,000 damage done. Do the math. How many heroes with that much health? VP did 12,000 damage. Oh, well, okay, 11.3. Like, come on. I don't know what was even happening in that fight. That was such a mess. So I think that one of the big problems in that is
here you go.
Let's watch the whole thing again.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on Yawar. Keep an eye on Yawar. So he wants to Reaper Solo and Dagon him, but Solo anticipates it and pre-fates Edicts. That was super clutch from him, seeing the Necrophos coming in. That means it's a completely wasted Reaper. He's going to end up Dagoning him to death here in the end, but like the... Oh, did he just get it on the courier there? He actually just got